Hi channel! We are back with another episode of the Beaver. I'm still testing this out. I tried it out a little bit after my last stream. I tried it out in the Tundra Wheels version, and it was a lot more fun, I thought, than the floats. Mostly because, I don't know, I'm kind of suspecting that the floats are part of what gave it this weird frame rate issue. I think the effects from the float seem to be really slowing my computer down. So here we are, back in the Tundra Wheels version, and we are in Orbx's Juneau, which is a beautiful airport in the Pacific Fjords region of Orbx's Pacific Fjords region. Juneau's it's a fun place to fly into, especially with bigger planes. But it's just so pretty with the glacier coming down behind the city and all that stuff, and it's got a really fun approach going in with sort of a curve, offset localizer, and then a curve, so you do this last minute turn, etc. It also got a really fun seaplane base right next to the main runway. They got this big seaplane runway on this fake lake. But as I said, today we're in the Tundra Wheels version of this guy. So let's see if we can't make it work. So the first thing you do is turn on the alternator and battery, and then let's see. I'm not sure if you have to do this or not, but I do it. Then what you do is you take this red handle and you pump fuel in. You see this thing? You pump that up until it reaches the green level, which is here. That's basically flooding the system. At that point, you prime the pump with 3 pumps. That's on a normal sort of sunny summer day like this. Go ahead and turn on the beacon light. Turn on the magnetos. And make sure that we have that rear tank, or the tank with the most fuel. Make sure the parking brakes are set. Sorry, I need to get my presets for Chaseplane set up here. I don't have that. Crack the throttle, and you start the fuel pump and hit the starter. And it should fire right up. At which point we go ahead and turn on the radios. I'll go ahead and turn on the nav light. I think we'll turn on the pitot up here because we're so far up north. The cabin light is not working. I just updated it, but the cabin light does not seem to be working. You know what else I'm going to do, since there is no detaching. There's no click spot to detach the GPS. I'm going to go ahead and set up a nice GPS camera for Chaseplane. So, it's a flight plan, you ask? So the flight plan is basically leaving here and going out over the bay towards Juneau, close to Sisters Island, the VOR, and then from there to Gustavus. So it's kind of looking for something smaller around here, but I couldn't find it, so yeah, it's too bad. That's one thing that I sort of don't get. I don't get the altitude thing here. 30 millibar. I don't know what that actually is. If that's just a shortened thing, or if it's, I don't know if that converts to what they normally read us in the QNH.
Juneau ground, Charlie, uniform, X-ray, Papa, Alpha, Wind, Hotel, request taxi for takeoff, north, departure. Charlie, uniform, X-ray, Papa, Alpha. Taxiing hold short, runway 26, via taxiway Bravo 2, Alpha, Golf, X-ray, Papa, Alpha.
Runway 26 it is. That's basically the one down, all the way down there where you see the 737. It's kind of what we want. So this version of the plane is seriously a lot easier to taxi than the float version. All you have to do is just gently steer her and she handles beautifully. So I got the airplane pretty much fully loaded. But she should be able to handle it. Got her at max weight actually. It's really a beautiful model. I think it's really great. I'm very excited about the prepared version 4. I just read today on their forum that they are indeed updating this for free. For version 4, which would be great. I'm just thinking about the anti-aliasing. As you can see, there's quite a bit of shimmering on the wings here. So I'm excited about better anti-aliasing in the new version. I know you can hack it at the moment, but it's just not that good. So since we're in a Beaver, we're not going to taxi all the way to the bottom.
Juneau Tower, Charlie, uniform, X-ray, Papa, Alpha, at runway 26, ready for takeoff, north, departure. Charlie, uniform, X-ray, Papa, Alpha, clear for takeoff, runway 26, when calm, plunge to the north approved, fly runway heading to 900, reach that, proceed on course. Clear for takeoff, runway 26, maintain runway heading to 500, then proceed on course, X-ray, Papa, Alpha.
May look like we have a ridiculously short runway here, but I am fairly confident that this bush beast can handle this kind of runway. On the brakes. Let him go. Off. Very beautiful scenery actually. Really like it. Love the river that's right in front of the airport here. It looks really cool. And those rabbit lights. I don't know what if that's what they're actually called, but that's what I call them. The flashing lights that guide you in. They're very cool. The flaps retracted, and we're about to hit 900 feet, and then we'll I was gonna say we're gonna, yeah, let's turn towards our 391 or 114. Let's do the BR here. Transfer that right in. Degrees. Okay, so we're gonna head to do a left turn to 209 degrees. That's pretty much dead on. Beautiful. Back a little bit. I don't know how much I can pull back the mixture, but it doesn't seem to really change much here. When I tried it the last time, pulled it back to about half, and it didn't see much of a change in the engine temps or anything. I'll keep an eye on it. Beautiful. I think that's kind of, I guess it does have an autopilot. I actually haven't checked if it has an autopilot. It does seem to have the Bendix King autopilot. Armet for yeah, it didn't really seem to work really well, the autopilot. Look at this. That is gorgeous. That's the Beaver in its native environment. I haven't set up FSUIPC to work with it, so I keep trying to hit the switches on my joystick to make the lights come on and off, and it doesn't work because it's just not set up that way. And I don't know, to be honest, right now I'm just in waiting mode, prepared version 4. I don't know what I'm gonna do, when I'm gonna install it or anything. I think I'm gonna give it a little bit of time before I install it. Just because I do want some add-ons, and I want to wait until I have an add-on or two that I can really live with, because I know that I'm not going to have everything I want. I really want, like, if I can get this plus the Orbx stuff, I'd be really happy, or a couple of the ATA planes and the Orbx stuff, I'd be really happy. Really missed the GTN. I know that that's going to come out a little bit later and require an upgrade fee, which I think is a little bit sort of, yeah, I think that's a little bit crappy. I don't understand what the big deal is. It's not like there's so many things it interfaces with. But what do I know? It's so expensive to begin with too. I have to be honest, that kind of pissed me off a little bit that the GTN is going to be so expensive. Or have an upgrade fee. But let's wait and see what that upgrade fee is, I guess. So, we are heading here to SSR. And then where's this other airport that we're going to go to? This is a really nice airplane to fly and cruise. It really is. Like from there we're gonna head up out a heading of 204 for 7 miles. It'll take us to Juneau. That guy is no autopilot, no nothing. I'm just have it trimmed and it's being nice and stable and flying where I want to go. I think it's on the same heading as before. Yeah, lost some altitude, but that's how it goes. Beautiful. It's pretty stunning. Also very curious to hear about PTA tool, because I haven't heard that they're gonna for sure bring that over. I'm sure they will, but I haven't heard a date for that. I would definitely want it because it's made an enormous difference. This cloud layer over there really bothers me. You see the clouds moving in and out. I'm just gonna see what cloud, what shadow thing that is. I mean, not cloud layer, but the shadows from something is moving in and out as I turn my head. Really distracting. It's normal. Try turning off the shadows on those trees and see if it makes a little bit of a difference. I'm having some performance issues. I feel like it's not as smooth as it should be. $12 degrees, okay, so we're a little bit, we're pretty much across it now, or above it, I think. I wonder what the switch is. Okay, and then 204 is what we want, so put this, I'm just going to turn this to 204. And I'm going to wait until we more or less, until this flips. And then we're going to hunt for that. If you look here, it seems like the war is to our right. No, it's pretty much ahead of us, okay. A little bit of base. must be this island here, right? Like if they put a VOR out here in the middle of the ocean, it needs to be on some piece of land, and that must be this. Yeah, yeah, you can see it. Oh, that's a little airfield there to service the VOR. Okay, that's a perfect test for the Beaver. I think what we're going to do is we're actually going to go down there and check it out. Perfect Beaver challenge.
Papa Alpha Oscar Hotel Airport information. Echo 1520 Zulu weather wind calm visibility 10 sky condition 16,300 scattered temperature 8 dew point 4 altimeter 3012 advice on initial contact view information. Echo Papa Alpha Oscar Hotel Airport information. Echo 1520 Zulu weather wind calm visibility 10 sky condition 16,300 scattered temperature 8 dew point 4 altimeter 3012 advice on initial contact view information. Echo Papa Alpha Oscar Hotel Airport information. Echo 1520 Zulu weather wind calm visibility 10 sky.
Yeah, calm winds. That's pretty good. I don't actually. I don't know if it's an airfield anymore, but I think we're gonna do this nonetheless. We're gonna check it out. It looks like a hangar up there anyway, so.
Terrain ahead. Terrain ahead. Terrain ahead. Pull up. Terrain ahead. 500.
So I'm basically just like everything fully forward here, like props and throttle fully forward, slowing it all the way down, and I'm putting the flaps out all the way for this, because when it's this rugged, you really want to land as low as you can go. I've noticed before I need to add power back to this aircraft to make it work. Here we go. I basically land past this car. That's the plan here. So I'm just gonna keep adding power and keep pulling backwards. Oi! Oi, oi, oi. That obviously was not supposed to happen. But I don't take care that's more of a sim anomaly than it was a hard landing, but it wasn't that hard. Let's try and watch the replay of that and see what that looked like. One thing I love about flying up here in the Pacific Fjords and Alaska is the frame rates.
500.
They are so good. So I think I should have kept pulling back even more. I should have tried to flare even a little bit more, but I don't know. It was pretty close to a 3-pointer, I think. 3-pointer being when all the wheels touch down at the same time. Was not bad, but then this thing happened here. Some sort of weird mesh thing. try and turn this thing around, and we'll just take off back down the other way. There's some weird scenery, some real mesh things here, that's for sure. So we can get off without this thing completely warping. Okay, full power. Full flaps, and we're off. I'm going to gradually redirect the flaps. I'm really liking this aircraft. This is really, it doesn't feel as real as an A2A, but it feels pretty good. It reacts sort of in a somewhat predictable manner. So we're going to go up here and then we're going to make a left turn and track the 204 radial outbound, which is now to our left. Just switch here. I love that the engines work the way they should. Like it feels like you can reduce the manifold pressure and the RPM, and the gauges change and flutter and fluctuate. That's very, very cool. Switch the engine fuel tank too. So 204. We're now tracking about 190, and you can see it's to our left, so we're not quite on the radial. Try and trim for a climb. We're about 500 feet per minute. About yeah, something like this. Beautiful. Such lovely weather up here too. It's just really amazing. And here we are, getting close to our radial. Seems like it's pretty much directly past this hill. Once you find your radial and you're trying to navigate like that, you can, instead of, I'm not really looking at the GPS, you can try and find landmarks that you point towards too, so you know that 204, it's maybe this point over here would be a good sort of reference point to just keep your nose pointed at. Yeah, see, so we're already a little left, which is exactly kind of new. It's kind of what you do when you're using a map and a compass in real life too, you know, you keep looking for things that are far away and you train around them and track them basically. And then once you get to them, you find a new point and you track that. And that way you won't really lose your way. So the airport should be directly up in front of us.
500.
And it is. There it is. So let's come out here and we'll do turn around, come back and land this way this time. Very cool looking. Kuna. to say this is really fun to fly. This is it's kind of a joy to fly actually. Really easy and easy, like just easy to fly. I feel very much in control here. Some descending, but nothing sort of dramatic. I know that that's what it's supposed to be too. I know it's supposed to be fun to fly, like easy to fly. It's just nice to see that it is. This cabin line is BS though, come on, seriously. The cabin line needs some work, milviz. Beautiful scenery too, huh? Amazing. So it's kind of like a teardrop, this, I guess. So this will be our base. It's kind of beautiful. See if we can do a two-pointer. Two-pointer would be on the front two wheels first, and then we slow down and the back wheel comes up. So add power. I don't have full flaps either. I just have landing flaps here. I probably could get away with even less, but
500.
I do have a lot of passengers, so I'm adding power to sort of get this descent rate, minimize the descent rate. It's a little high. I'm actually feeling the torque of the engine is actually making me have to crab. Not an expert at this, but I'm gonna just basically try and fly it down like this, and at the last moment I'm going to sort of cut the engine and not cut the engine but cut the throttle and let it come to a slow it down and set her down, slowing it down. Wait, way too hard. Way too hard. Okay, let's try that again. Fuel pump should be on. Pretty sure about that. landing flaps, so gonna come around. Try this a little bit slower this time. So we're going around this time. I'm not going to add so much power, I'm just going to add a little bit of trim first. More trim. More trim, 70 knots. That's kind of more like where we want to be. Flare. It's nice and soft, but I think it was more of a 3-pointer. Just taxi off here and I'll do a little quick replay and you can see how that looked. Guess I don't need to say that I'm not that good at flying tail wheels, but it's really fun. Instant replay. Yeah, so here we go. So 7 knots, I'm cutting the throttle, and I pull back a little early for the flare, and yeah, it's another 3-pointer. Sounds so good though, doesn't it? Look at that beautiful radial engine. Oh my god, it's so cool. Switch over to the front tach now. It uses quite a bit of fuel. That I must say, I had 80% tanks and you can already see one of them is almost out of fuel. We do have a lot of passengers on board though. Go over to the other tail dragger over there and we'll unload these passengers on our way to Orbx Gustavus. Can't switch it back to off, that's weird. Okay, anyways. Vehicle, fuel and payload. And we'll just take out all the passengers. And all the cargo. And we'll start back up again. Oh yeah, this nav lights can come on, landing lights can go on, pulse lights. What is that? Instrument lights. Yeah, I can't really say much of a difference. Okay, off we go.
TOS system test okay.
See the difference now that we got rid of all the load. I know we'll see it in takeoff roll, but I wonder if we'll even see it in sort of performance. And I mean, obviously this is not a scientific measurement, but I wonder if we'll see it in things like if we'll see it in the fuel. Remember, I just switched over to the front fuel tank. Apples test here. Power, let go of the brakes. And we're off.
Terrain ahead, pull up. Terrain ahead, pull up. Terrain ahead, pull up. Terrain ahead, pull up. Terrain ahead.
Felt pretty similar to me, actually. But it is climbing faster. Let's take her up higher this time. Let's go up to about 5,000 feet and let's figure out how to get where we're going. So if we're tracking the same VOR, we would be tracking it at 297. It's climbing pretty steeply. So yeah, 297. We have to go correct here and go a little bit just straight north pretty much, and eventually we'll catch that radial and we'll follow it up to Gustavus, which is another Orbx airport. But look at how good of a job they've done with this. This is just standard scenery around this. There's some photoreal here. There's beautiful water masking around the creek. They put a lot of work into this region. They really did. quite something. I also have, maybe this is actually Southern Alaska. Pacific Fjords is Chicken, isn't it? But I also have the jump patch add-on, the Pacific Fjords, which is also pretty, but it's not as good as the Orbx stuff. But it's a lot older, but it fills that hole, and I think it's worth getting. It's pretty cheap. From time to time it comes on sale, and it's just a few dollars. Okay, so here we are, 3,000 feet. What an amazing place to be flying in, huh? Look at that. Gorgeous. Let's see if this, I'm sure this doesn't work. I wonder if I can do this, and it probably would not update. No. It's too bad it doesn't update. There's no way to update that live in the sim like A2A does. I like that better. It's 4,000 feet. Can't wait for this to be loaded up with trees and tree shadows all the way out there. It's gonna be amazing. Like that shadow border, maybe that will go further too. It really will be something. Very excited to have prepared rush before. I'm really wondering what to do about the system though. I think I'll try and keep it, but it was also so tempting to just sort of start fresh with a brand new fresh system, just wipe everything, brand new install Windows, brand new install everything. I think I might wait until summer, some vacation. Okay, we're way past 5,000 feet, we're 5,500 feet. That sounds fine too. A lot of moving parts to trimming the aircraft for cruise. You know, you need to get the pitch right, the manifold pressure right, the fuel right, the trim right, the altitude right. Every time you change something, something else moves, which is how it should be. Very fun. Very fun. Landing lights can come off, float lights can come off. I'm really impressed with the texturing on this, on the manifold, the dash. It looks, not the manifold, the dashboard here, it looks really good. To me it looks as good as it can look. That's also cabin light and instrument light. It's not working. The light is not working, milviz, at all. Or am I doing something wrong? I can't get it to work. At all. My guess is that the Gustavus should be in here somewhere. This is the Pacific Fjords. No, the Glacier Bay. I think this is Glacier Bay, which doesn't have many glaciers anymore, sadly. But maybe that's Gustavus right down there, actually. Yeah, that's Gustavus right down there. Why don't we call them up and see what they think? You see here too all the cruise ships coming up. That's not a cruise ship, that's a some other type of ship.
Papa Alpha Golf Sierra Airport information Golf 1556 Zulu weather wind 11.
Okay, so the wind is in from the east this time, so we're pretty much gonna go back. We're gonna go up here, take a left turn, and come down this way. And this time we'll try and nail that 2-point landing. I can actually feel the wind grab a hold of the plane there a little bit. Let's see if we can find out. Something about landing here. Didn't really so much. 90 knots, and then so approach 90 knots, and then trims required, increase power to the decrease rate of descent, flaps landing. The power off approach procedures produces a marked nose. Pull back gently on the control column for 3-point touchdown. There is no tendency to swing after touchdown except in crosswinds. After touchdown, hold control column fully back. Use rudder and steerable tailwheel to remain straight path. Yeah. Not much. Not much to say about that, but anyway, we have a lot of altitude to drop. We're about to hit up the airfield here. Look though, look at the beautiful setting that we're in. What an amazing day. I don't think I've ever flown in southern Alaska in this, with this good weather. It's always shitty weather, which is also kind of fun. Select runway for landing. We are landing runway 11, pretty much. And it's a full stop landing, and we are on the downwind leg. Yeah, so fuel-wise, it's more or less the same. This thing uses a lot of fuel. I guess that's the long and the short of it. I wonder if you could even ferry this from like across the Atlantic. I don't think you probably couldn't, could you? Just probably explains why you see so few of them in Europe. These are American planes. That's beautiful though, huh? Amazing. I bought this airport like 2-3 years ago, and I think this might be my second time here. Juneau I've flown into a lot of times just because that's such a fun approach. I just find this it's a little easy in something like the Dash or even the NGX. It's quite easy to touch on here. The Juneau's a lot more fun, as is Ketchikan. It is a beautiful setting. I've never seen this weather though either, so it's really stunning. A lot of glare in that window, but that's okay.
Papa Alpha Golf Sierra traffic, Charlie Uniform X-ray Papa Alpha is on final runway 11 to land. Papa Alpha Golf Sierra.
So let's see, 90 knots. 90 knots, and then I add power to reduce vertical speed. Add more power. See, it actually is kind of behaving like I want it to. It's not just going faster, it is just reducing vertical speed. So now I can, around back on the glide path, I'll reduce it a little bit. Reduce it a little bit. Move the shadow. Okay, so that's pretty nice. Wait until we're almost touched down. I'm gonna reduce. Oh, come on, don't do this to me now. I heard prepared version 4 will stop this because the LOD radius is so much bigger that you don't really get these. Whoa. What was that? Okay, so that's a 2-pointer, although a very bouncy one. That was a really funky sort of little gust or something that was there. It felt almost like what Active Sky does when you end up in wake turbulence. Okay, I'm just gonna check that out in the replay. There's the gust. It's very weird. You know what, I'm actually not so unhappy with that. I didn't think that was so good at first, but that didn't look so bad, and especially considering that weird sort of wind shear thing that happened to me at the end there. That was pretty good. Nice and controlled, even though it wasn't on the center line. Chaseplane's a really good add-on. Very good add-on. Yeah, not so awful. Yeah, I don't know what the terminal is here. It's probably that thing over there, isn't it? Yeah, looks like that's where the parking lot is. Okay, well, yeah, that was it. Some more de Havilland Beaver. What an awesome plane! It really is fun to fly. I really will recommend this very, very strongly. If you'd like to see more of this, you probably will, because I will fly it more. So you can just subscribe to my channel. If you want to sort of encourage me to make more of this, you can leave a like or a nice comment. If you don't want me to make more of this, you can tell me that you don't want me to make more of this, and tell me what you do want me to make more of. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.